So Ipieca has been a key player for over the last 40 years in a range of environmental and social issues. You could point to things like their work on oil spills, been very, very influential joint industry projects, the guidance. Similarly, something like their reporting guidance has really enhanced transparency. But there are a whole load of issues they get involved in, emerging issues such as biodiversity, but human rights. It's all important. Ipieca contributes in several ways inside of the company. We use their guidance. The technical information is actually very, very good. It's great sharing. We also learn from the other participants. They share learning around the industry, and that means that our folks can tap into the latest knowledge, the latest thinking. I think also they give the industry leverage. We're always better when we work together, when we can find common ground and common solutions, and that gives us a more powerful voice. I think there's two key things that Ipieca can do. The first is really in sharing good practices, best practices among the industry. That way we're more efficient and effective, we learn and get better faster and more efficiently. I think the second thing is the industry working together in the outside world is going to be more powerful, it's going to get a fair hearing. That's another important role that Ipieca plays. I was on the Ipieca Executive Committee for about 4 years. I learned a lot and actually enjoyed that work. My team are involved in the various aspects of what happens at Ipieca, all aspects of the committee work and in the work with the outside world. So we get involved in many ways. We both contribute our learning, but also we gain a lot of learning, and we contribute to the industry's efforts to communicate and reach out. The key environmental challenges for the next decade and beyond, I think, will include, it's to do with the way that the industry and the world is changing. First off, the technology is changing. Secondly, the geography that we're working in is changing. That brings its own challenges. And then thirdly, society's expectations are changing. These will all feed into the work that that environmental and social responsibility professionals have to do inside of for the oil companies and working with society. I think ultimately all of that is leading to some big challenges, which Ipieca will be in the forefront of. The questions around the sustainability of the industry and the sustainability energy challenge. Cooperation is vital in an industry like ours. First off, we need to share learning so that we can do the best that we can, and also accelerate improvements faster. I think it's also important to have a common face, a common voice in the outside world. That only helps us, and so industry organisations such as Ipieca are critical to that, very important. As a company, we're committed to maintaining the partnerships outside of the company on environmental and social issues. We're full contributors to Ipieca, as well as many other industry organisations. We see them as very valuable, indeed vital for our industry to progress.